All right, guys, we've got a hardened blade now. And the way you test that is with a file. That's an easy way to test. That file is just skating across. You can tell that sound means that we've got a hardened blade. It's not digging in at all. At this point, I've switched to my 120 grit belt. And I'm just going to do my finish grind on here. And then we'll get into finishing. At this point, make sure and keep it cool. You don't want to take that heat treatment out of there. So you'll see me dunking it quite a bit. I like to grind along the edge of the head of the spike. I just feel like it provides a little bit of contrast between the look of the metal straight from the forge and the look of a polished metal. See what that looks like? So after the finish grind, what I like to do is throw a patina on there. There's lots of different kinds. What I prefer, or one of my preferences, is to just use plain old gun bluing. And what that does is it leaves it with a really dark, I'm just cleaning this right now, leaves it with a really dark area wherever it's been forged. And then wherever I grind away becomes the contrasting polish to the straight out of the forge look. Now there's more efficient ways to clean it than that, but I just went for it. Because I'm excited to show you guys how this stuff works. And I'm grabbing it with a cloth because I just don't want to get my fingerprints on it. And you start painting this stuff on. And if you can see, wherever I've polished, it's going to darken that immediately. And what it does is it helps set up a nice contrast. So coat everything with the gun bluing. You can see how quickly that works, where it just darkens everything up. You know, this stuff, I think you only really have to leave it on there for 30 seconds or so, because it's pretty much an instant rust. But it's good rust. It's rust that will prevent other oxidation. So we put it on, rinse it with water after about 30 seconds, and you've got that nice dark coating. So I'll rinse these off with water, and then we'll come back to the smaller belt sander that I like to use to really highlight the twist. And you can see the difference that it makes when you've got one polish next to the other. It just makes it pop when you do. For our next step, we'll jump onto our smaller size belt sander. That's what it looks like after our quick bluing process. So now what we'll do is we'll pop in the contrast. Now this takes a little practice, but if you want to highlight these facets, I like to just pick a corner and follow it all the way. See how that worked? I'll show you again. Follow that. So that move takes a little bit of practice. And you can see we've got the 2 done. We're going on number 3. And we're on to our last edge. So what I'll do now is just lightly tap the edge here. And that'll just give you a peek of how this is going to look when we do our final buff and polish. And that's looking really good. Moving on to the next step. We've got a finished grind on these guys. And all that's left is a polish. I do that using a variety of Scotch-Brite belts. So I'm pretty happy with the shine I've got there.